and Negroni.
I was going to say the same thing.
Magliato.
Mm.
With Prosecco in it.
Oh, stunning.
Yeah.
You choked on popcorn, yes, and then...
Sorry.
I don't think Jesus turned water into Prosecco. I've always said that. I've always said that.
My leg was cramping.
Oh my gosh. We're clapping for your cramp. Oh my gosh, I have something to tell you.
What?
You remember how last episode I was like, there's just something that I used to say at the end of every story, and it was like wrapping it up and everything.
Yeah.
I figured out what it was.
What?
Because it was literally the name of our season 2 finale. In conclusion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in conclusion. Okay. That was it.
You just really love those transition words.
In conclusion, I remembered what my catchphrase was. It was in conclusion.
Therefore.
What you drinking?
Chestnut praline latte.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
I didn't get the whipped cream, though.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Because I'm a skinny bitch. If you don't see me next week, it's because I'm a speck of dust.
Oh my god.
From not getting whipped cream.
What did I get? The sugar cookie?
Oh yeah.
It's like a sugar cookie almond latte, but I replaced the almond milk with whole milk because I'm not a pansy.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I will shit my brains out and like it.
When I was like, do I have makeup on? When I get almond milk with my coffee, it tastes like rubbery.
I don't mind almond milk. I didn't want almond milk this morning.
Yeah, like I use almond milk. Like I have almond creamer. I usually use almond milk over milk for like everything. But for some reason, like at Starbucks specifically, when I get almond milk, it just makes it more bitter. I don't know. The coffee just tastes bitter.
Yeah, that drink's all right. It's not my favorite. I'm not a fan of the sprinkles in it.
Does it taste like a sugar cookie?
No. It tastes like a really sweet coffee. All right, I also got something else to try. But I saved this one for the pod.
I've never had a praline. That's like a candy?
I have no clue.
Like a cookie or something.
This right here is called Cranberry Bliss Bar. So it's like a dense like cake. Some sort of like icing. There's cranberries. Looks like there's some orange zest in it as well.
Looks like beetles on there.
Yeah, they are beetles.
Extra protein. No, because you're kind of like glitching for me, so it's like low quality, so it looks like bugs.
I knew there were nuts in this thing. They did not put nuts in the ingredient list, but there are nuts in this.
Love a good nut.
Not me.
Sorry. I'm unhinged.
I'm ashamed to be a part of this podcast right now.
There's nut in here. Hi, parents. Hi, says parents. Chestnut.
Who's
Chestnut.
nuts? These nuts.
Chestnuts. Is chestnut
I have a question.
good?
Do you like the band Imagine Dragons?
Yeah.
Imagine dragging these nuts across your face.
Say that. I was like, that's random. I'm ashamed to be on this podcast. No.
You started this conversation. This is like the last episode where we started talking about, what was it?
We can't talk about this. It's No Nut November.
That's why we have to talk about it.
No nut.
Oh, you broke it. I had whole milk. Haha.
You're eating nuts in that.
I'm picking them out. I don't like
What
nuts
kind of
in my
nut?
things.
Like peanuts or what?
I don't know.
Almonds? I don't like nuts in my stuff either.
It's
Like,
probably
if I get-
almonds because it's probably made with almond flour or something. But I don't know. It's kind of small.
You don't
Wait,
know
is that
what
chocolate
nut it
chip
is?
not in a nut? Oh my god.
What is it?
That is not a nut.
What is it?
That's like white chocolate. Like a white chocolate chip.
You thought it was a nut?
So I'm very fearful about nuts in these Starbucks
Yeah,
things
like-
because they hide them in everything.
The sundae at McDonald's. Ew, my mom would always get it, but she would get like the little peanuts. Like you could get them in the bag, and like she'd sprinkle them on there. I'm like, you're ruining it. You're ruining it. Have you had the sundae at McDonald's? It's delicious.
Sorry, I just had a Vietnam flashback.
I was like, did you eat a nut?
I was actually, that's what I was like, is that a nut though? Or is that chocolate chips? I'm
How do
so
you
confused.
not know?
I don't know, because it's just so sweet that everything tastes like sugar.
So do you not like trail mix?
I mean, I'll eat trail mix.
I
I
have
just
to
don't
get
like
the
nuts
trail
baked
mix.
into things. Like,
Yeah, I don't either.
if I'm eating bread, I don't want there to be any crunch in my bread. I want my bread to be soft and moist.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of nuts. Like, oh my god, if I bite into a brownie and there's like a peanut in there,
I'll spit it out
it's
on the spot.
It's over. Or they'll be like, "Hey, I made brownies." I'm like, "Ooh," and I like you can just see them on there. I'm like, I will not eat it. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I like peanuts, but like I just don't like them in my baked goods.
Exactly.
You know what's weird? Do people put nuts in cookies?
Sometimes. White chocolate macadamia nut.
Oh, I guess that's true. I'm thinking of like a peanut cookie, like with just chunks of peanut in it.
Well, you think like a peanut butter cookie. I'm sure there's somewhere they put nuts in it.
What other baked goods do they put nuts in?
Everything.
Oh, well, I already said sundae. Like when people put like nuts
That's
in
not
their
baked
ice cream.
good, though. That's ice cream.
I guess it's true.
But
I just
also
meant
I
like
agree.
dessert. Like, what are you doing?
I agree.
Like, just scoop some rocks in there while you're at it. What else? Cake?
Have you seen that meme that's like, oh, yes, I love nerds because every once in a while I just need to take the edge off with some fish tank gravel.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about what we've been watching? Let's just get into it. The meat and the potatoes are in this podcast. We just haven't gotten to them yet.
Oh, I watched a scary movie with my family.
Krampus.
No, it was like underwater. So Kristen Stewart was in it. I think it was called Underwater.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what
It's
you're
like
talking
a,
about.
it's like a, like a space station, but like under
Yes.
the water.
Yes. I was working at the theater when that movie came out.
Yeah,
It did
and-
not sell well.
We watched the trailer, and my stepmom was like, "Oh, that looks so good." I was like, "But like, I'll watch it." The thing about that movie, is it called Underwater? I think it is.
I think it is.
So basically, shit starts happening. There's monsters underwater, whatever. Like the people living down there. That movie, as soon as it started, it was like up here, immediate. Like she like wakes up or something, and then like blah blah blah, like water starts leaking, and the thing starts blowing up, and she's got to run and close the doors. That movie started up here and stayed up here the whole time. There was no like. I just never, like you want to have like a dramatic opening or whatever to capture people, right? So I was like, oh, whoa. And I was waiting for it to be like, okay, like now the story's going to start after this big thing happened. No. Like it just kept going. Like the whole movie felt like the climax. It was very
was it
interesting.
good?
I liked it, but I wouldn't like recommend it or probably watch it again. But I didn't watch it and was like disgusted. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like it was enough action that it just kept you like in it the whole time. Other than that, I've just been watching Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl. Okay.
Obsessed. It's my comfort show.
You want me to start listing out what I've been watching?
List it out.
Here we go.
Oh, I have another thing. Okay, go.
White Christmas. 4 Christmases. The Grinch. I think it's Bad Mom's Christmas.
Oh, I saw that on Netflix.
What else have I watched? I've been watching a lot of Christmas movies recently.
I hear that.
I think I watched I'll Be Home for Christmas not that long ago. And then Yellowstone. As of recording this on a Sunday, there's going to be a new episode tonight. So
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
I've also been watching. I watched. So I needed to clean the house yesterday, so I love to put on like a podcast or something. But
Yeah.
one like I haven't already like listened to an episode of, but I had listened to like everything. I usually listen to stuff in the mornings when I get ready. So I was like, oh, let me go to Joe Rogan's podcast because I don't listen to him, but whenever he has an interesting guest on, like I'll listen because he asked good questions. Like when he interviewed that girl from North Korea, like it was just super interesting hearing her stuff. He had Elon Musk on again, like earlier this month. So I just watched that, and then I started because I guess it's listening, but I had it on my phone. And then I started listening to because I was still cleaning, the Theo Von one.
I love Theo Von.
He is so funny. Like, I don't know how. It seems so like he's just having a conversation, but he'll just say, like, when he's just like, is space gay? But, like, it sounds like he's being, like, serious. But, like, it's so funny.
My favorite one was, like, someone asked him, was like, do you like raisins? And he's like, yeah, I like to have for my grapes to have been through something.
Yeah, like he's just so like, good.
What? You just came up with that on the top of your head?
Neil deGrasse Tyson, you know, the like astrophysicist guy. Yeah. That's who he asked, like, is space gay to? And that was so funny because it's like there's Theo Von, who's just like
the goofy motherfucker.
Goofy. I was gonna say dummy, but like, and then you've got, you know, an astrophysicist. So it was really funny watching that. This was like a while ago, but yeah, he was just like, is space gay? And then, like, he actually answered it. He was like, well, if you look at the spectrum of things, blah, 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 like, I can't say whether, like, space is gay or not. Like, he took it legit and, like, answered it.
You know he was just playing along with the bit there.
But, like, it was a good answer. I don't know. But yeah, I love Theo Von, so I'm listening to that. Well, I guess watching that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've been watching. No, I've just literally just had New Girl on. But I'm wanting to get into Christmas movies. I'm starting to see them pop up like on Netflix more.
I love Christmas movies, and I cannot stop watching them. I love Four Christmases. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. It's really good.
Have I seen that? I'm trying to think. Balls. Sorry, I just looked at that.
Balls. Oh.
It's just all caps balls in the show notes.
Yes, we'll talk about that.
Just so the people are aware, I was ill. Still a little ill.
Oh, yes.
So if I'm low energy, it's because I'm recovering from illness. And I don't know what it was, but I went to work Thursday. Was kind of feeling like meh, but was still like able to get up and get ready and go. And like the whole day at work, I was kind of just like, ugh. But was able to get through it. Had every intention to come in Friday. Like I had to sit on a board for something. Like I was coming in. I woke up and was like, could not get up. And I was like, let me give myself 30 more minutes. And I was like, fuck. Like all I have to do is get to work. And I could just sit there. I'm like, that's easy. Like, I'll be fine. It's the in-between part of getting up and getting there I couldn't do. I could not. I was like, there's no way I can shower right now. There's no way I can, like, do my hair, do all of that. It's, like, the worst because I don't want people to think I'm, like, a piece of shit for getting sick on a Friday. You know how that kind of sounds? So I texted my supervisor and I was just like, I'm ill, but I'm still going to go in, but I might need to leave early. And he was like, don't come in and get people sick. Just stay home. I was like, thank you. Sure, people are going to be like, you had a 3-day weekend. I was deceased all day Friday. Literally did not move. Saturday, I felt a little better. Not 100%. Today, I'm almost there. I think I'll be better like tomorrow. But I don't know what's going around right now, but it was not fun. The worst of it was the body aches. I was just like, my whole body, like my elbows and my knees were just like, and I'm like, what is this? And I bought Dayquil on Thursday, left it at work. Left it at work. Yep. So anyway.
This reminds me of another story.
Take your vitamins, people.
This reminds me of a story, you know, from about a little over a year ago. When someone needed to get interviewed. Oh, wait, hang on. Why is this all the remixes? I need the original.
I remember having to do 2 interviews.
Okay. So I think I know exactly what you had, and I'm going to have this person help me tell you what it was, you know?
Coronavirus! Coronavirus! I'm telling you, shit is real! Shit is getting real! Woo! Bitch, I'm scared.
I don't think it was COVID. I don't know.
I just remember we were in the schoolhouse.
Oh, sorry, that was gross. What was that?
We were in the schoolhouse, right?
Yeah.
We had gone to a Jonas Brothers concert a couple nights before. I think it was the night before this all went down, right? I don't know. Next day we came into class. We had to do some interviews.
Yeah.
For the next couple days of each other. And so we did our interview of Dak and Joey. And they were supposed to interview me next. But while they were interviewing each other, I just passed out because I was so incredibly sick.
Yeah.
And then the
Yep.
next day, Dak came banging on my door, and they kept trying to convince me to do the interview that day. And I said, I can't do it. I can't. I could not.
You're missing
I was
key
deceased.
piece of this. You're
What?
missing a key.
What's the key piece?
Oh, my dog was back there. I was banging on your door for like 10 minutes, and you heard me. And
Yeah,
you just,
I was.
And you
yeah,
didn't get up.
because I was deceased. You know that feeling that I can't get up and shower right now? I can't get up and get the door right now.
If someone knocked on the door, I would get up.
No, I would
But
not.
I would just be like, I had tea for you. I had meds. And you were like, yeah, I heard you knocking, but I just didn't answer. I'm like, dude, I was standing there for like 10 minutes. But,
Yeah, but
no,
getting up
you
when
were
I'm in-
patient 0. And then
This is true.
slowly everyone in the class like started getting sick. Oh my
Listen.
gosh.
Answering the door would have required me to get up, put on pants, open the door, let you in, and that was just too much work for me at that
You did
at that moment.
eventually.
I was
10
dead.
minutes later.
I was deceased.
Yeah, so I had to do 2 interviews. So people had to hear all my fucking business. 2 different stories
2 times.
about me.
And nobody got to hear my story.
Sick. Did you hear what Joey said? He said pretendinitis or whatever.
Pretendinitis.
I'm like nobody batted an eye. Like when I texted my instructor team and I was just like, hey, I was told to stay home. I'm not feeling good. Like, are you guys good without me or do you need me to come in? And they're just like, we got it. Because I'm not someone like that just like flakes like that. So when I am sick and stuff like that, they like people actually believe me. You know? What is that face? What?
Sure, you're not.
Not. Don't flake on work. Flake on everything else.
Why didn't we have an episode last week?
I was in New Jersey.
You flaked on Friday.
No.
No, you
You
flaked first.
flaked.
You flaked first.
And then we had another, we were like, okay, let's do it then. And I was ready. And you were like, no, not doing it.
All right. Let's just tell the whole story from those days. Let's go ahead and get to the ball part.
Let's get to last weekend and why we didn't record. We were busy. booked and
Last
busy.
weekend. So what had happened was I got the day off work to go to Vegas. So last week was the Marine Corps ball weekend. We had it in Vegas.
Hoorah.
Maddie flew in to go to the ball with me.
Boogie.
Anyway, so the day before the ball, I have the day off so I can go pick up Maddie from the airport. I get there, I sit in the parking lot, I have to pee. I'm just going to tell you the entire day. I have to pee,
Go ahead.
there's no bathrooms around. So I go to the back of my car, I take a full water bottle because I have like emergency waters in my back seat. As I'm walking back to the front seat, I pour it all out. I get in the front seat, pee in it, and then go throw it in the trash. And then she calls me and says, I'm ready to be picked up. I'm at this gate. And I said, okay. I go drive over there. She gets in. We say our hellos. How you doings? And then we're trying to decide where to go next. And we needed lunch. We were hungry. And we had already decided on Shake Shack.
Why
We
did you
drive to
tell me
Shake
you
Shack.
peed in a bottle? Why was that pertinent to the story?
It wasn't. It was just funny.
Oh, I was like waiting to be like, oh, and she saw the pee bottle or like something. No.
Oh, no, I sent her a picture of it.
Okay. What'd she say?
She's like, ew. Because I had told her that I needed to pee, and I was like, there's nowhere for me to go right now. And she's like, just, do you have any bottles? And I was like, no. And then I thought about it. I was like, oh, wait, I have these empty water bottles in the back.
Did we tell the story how you peed in the back seat?
No, I was in the
car?
front seat. I was in my driver's seat.
No. With me.
Oh, no, we don't have to tell that story.
Okay. Like, no. We've talked about it, I think. And when I peed on your poop that one time.
Yes, we've talked about that one for sure.
The only toilet on the farm, and it was like broken.
Yes. Anyway, so we go to get lunch at Shake Shack.
I love Shake Shack.
We both don't get shakes, even though we really want shakes, because we both knew that we did not want to poop ourselves later.
Very smart.
So we got our burgers. We parked in this parking lot that was reserved for someone else, and I was worried the entire time my car was just going to get towed in the 30 minutes we were in there. It didn't. And then we went to the Hoover Dam, or as we called it, the Hoover Dam It. Found out Maddie has a fear of heights that she didn't realize
scary.
she had.
I've been there before.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, it's kind of, I mean, I guess it's cool.
You're like,
We took
damn.
we took a bunch of photos. We made an iconic reel that got like no views and no likes. It's fine.
I saw it. I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
Rude. So we get done at the Hoover Dam. We are trying to stall for time until check-in. So she's tired from the plane ride, so I let her sleep, and then we drive to Bass Pro Shop. We shop around at Bass Pro for a little bit, and then we're like, let's get some Sonic drinks and go check into the hotel, right? And this is where the fun begins.
Sonic.
It's like 3 or 4 o'clock at this point. So check-in's at 3, so we're like, okay, we can go check in after this. So we're turning left to turn to Sonic, right? Stopped at a stoplight. My car has this auto stop feature, so it shuts the engine off when you sit there for too long.
I hate that.
I can't turn it off. And it starts back up when you release the brake.
Are you sure there's like a button? It's got like an A
Nope,
on it.
not mine. Googled it and everything. Anyway, so we're sitting at this red light, waiting to turn left. My car has done the auto shut off thing. And so I left my foot off the brake, so it'll start back up, and we can go. My entire car shuts off. Screen goes dark, gauges go blank, everything just goes off.
What?
And then a few seconds later, it starts right up. And we continue driving. And I'm like, okay, that was weird. Got some weird error messages, too, when that happened about, like, my parking brake and things. And I was like, that's weird. And so we're turning left again to actually drive into the Sonic parking lot. It does it again. I freak out. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with my car? We haven't even made the ball's not even till tomorrow, and I've got to make it back. Nobody's here in Vegas yet. Everybody's arriving tomorrow. Oh, crap. And so we pull into the Sonic parking lot, try to get our drinks. While we're waiting for our drinks to come out, I'm sitting here Googling it, trying to figure out what's going on. Call my dad, talk to him about it. I was like freaking out. And then, so it turns out what I had Googled was that it was most likely a battery issue, which makes sense because if the battery's low or if it's got like a dead cell and doesn't hold as much energy, it's going to try to divert all the energy to starting the engine instead of, running everything else. And so I was like, okay, well, guess I'll figure that out. So my dad said, go find like an AutoZone and O'Reilly's or something and have them test the battery. And so there was like an Advanced Auto right down the road. So we drove down to it. I don't remember if it's Advanced Auto or AutoZone. Either way, we drive to it. They test it. And he goes, yeah, it's bad. It's a bad battery. I was like, shoot. So we have to go in to buy a new one. And he's like, that'll be $256.
Why was it so much?
All the new car batteries are that much. I don't know.
No
And
way.
So
I thought they were like $100.
No. And anyway, so I'm like, fine, I guess I'll have to buy it. He saves me the core charge, which was like another $25 because we gave him my old battery. And they took that, and that saves me from having to pay for the core charge. And so I'm like, I don't know how to pay for this because I didn't have enough money in my checking account, really. I mean, I did, but I didn't want to spend that money because I had other things I needed to buy. And so I was like, all right, let's put it on my Discover card. And it was all, my Discover card is destroyed, as you know, from trying to unlock your door, your broken door at when we were at the schoolhouse.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to use my Discover card. It won't swipe right because it's cracked as shit.
Yeah.
It's telling me to insert a chip, but there's no chip in it. So I put it in and it didn't do anything because the chip fell out when it broke. And now it's floating somewhere in my car. So I was like, all right, let me add this to my Google Pay real quick and we'll just do tap to pay. Tap to pay took forever to work. Like we tried it multiple times, but then it finally worked. And Discover said, this is fraudulent activity. Was this you? And I said, yes. And they said, okay, try again. I tried again. It gets declined. I get another message that says, you need to call us. We think something's going on. And I was like, oh my God, nothing is going on. And so like my Discover card just was not working. And Maddie said she started to see me like start shaking, I guess. And so she just whipped out her card and paid for it.
Oh my gosh.
And so we got the battery, took him a little bit to install it because my battery like has like stuff on top of it. And he pulls it out and he goes, yeah, all that on there's battery acid. And I was like, oop.
Oopsie.
Oopsies. Turns out that in the desert, in the heat, batteries die faster. Did not know that. So only got like 2 years out of my battery. It's fine. Anyway, so we got the new battery in. And we're just exhausted because it's late by this point. And so we get to the hotel, and our plan was to go out and have a fancy dinner, but we were just dead.
Yeah.
And so we decided to order in, and that's why we canceled on you, because we'd had that big rough day.
Yeah.
Long
no, that
day.
makes sense. I know. I think you told me you were like, I can't tell you.
Yeah, I was like, I have to save it for the pod, but
I'm like, no, that sounds terrible. Yeah, that
it's
was never fun to deal with a dead battery. It's literally always the worst timing. Like.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm not done. So we get to the hotel. I look to my left and I see the standard military fence around the base. And I was like, I didn't think that I got the hotel this close to the base. Yeah, turns out Nellis Air Force Base was right across the street from where we were. And we wanted to go explore it, but we just ended up not having time.
Yeah.
So we check in. The lobby's real nice. Smells clean, looks clean. Everything's real nice. And they gave us late checkout because I'd called ahead like a week before and was like, hey, can I get late checkout? And they're like, yeah, we can give you till 2 p.m. And so I asked her at the front desk, I was like, hey, I'm still good for late checkout, right? And she goes, yeah, we might have to push you, have you check out at like 1 because we're booked up for tomorrow too. Like we're sold out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever. So we go and get our luggage and bring it back in. As we're walking back in, she goes, oh, never mind. You are already, you're good for 2 o'clock. It's already in the system and everything. And I was like, oh, thank God.
I've never had a 2 o'clock late checkout. That's really late.
Well, I have like the premium rewards member status. So
okay, that makes sense.
And she acted so surprised when she saw that too. Cause I was like, here's my card. It's all fucked up. And she goes, okay. And so we paid for the hotel and she hands me a paper and she goes, it says here you're a platinum member. And I was like, that's me.
Platinum, baby.
Yes,
She's
I
like,
am.
You?
That's what it felt like. Anyway, so we got up to our room. Oh my God, it was rough. That was one of the nastiest Holiday Inns I've ever stayed at.
Really?
The AC wasn't even on. The window was open when we got in there.
Oh.
The vent was all like messed up and things. The bathroom was really hot and we couldn't get it to cool off. And it had a weird smell to it. It just was not a great hotel to be in. And so we're like, we do not want to go anywhere. We just want to lay down and just rest. Because she was tired from her flight. She had a really early flight and then didn't really sleep on it. And she didn't sleep much the night before. So we just decided to cancel.
Where are you going?
I'm stretching. Sorry.
I mean, you're like, so anyway, we just decided it. And I'm like, hello? Like, you're not going to mention that you're leaning all the way back?
My back hurts. Okay.
You're like, goodbye.
I'm just going to do the rest of the podcast from right here.
I just go lay over there.
Low key, just like this. Okay. So, that was Friday. We order our food. Food gets there a little bit late. Oh, and Maddie has like a panic attack in the room, and she has to call her dad. And her dad was like, "Well, can't Seth help you?" And she goes, "No, he offered, but he doesn't know how. Like, I don't have the time to teach him." And I was like,
You're like, he's causing the panic attack.
"Whatever, whatever."
She's like, he's the reason I'm having one.
Yeah, so I'm like, whatever. We're just gonna move on from that, and I'll just be my goofy little self in the background of the FaceTime call with her parents.
Yeah.
So anyway, all this happens. We decide to go to bed. We go to bed. We wake up to do the podcast with you, and then you flaked, right?
What day was that?
Friday morning.
Wait. I worked Friday.
Yeah, you said you were going to get off early, record the pod, and then we were going.
Oh, it was morning for you. Yeah.
Yeah, you flaked, I think. Anyway, someone flaked. We left.
I just buffered for a second.
We left, and I went to go get my Caesar's Rewards card because as a military member, you get like one of the higher statuses as a Caesar Rewards member that gets you like free parking, free valet, whatever. And so we're trying to figure out how to get there. I hate Vegas traffic. And so we're trying to figure out how to get in there. We get parked in like the loading area for the hotel. I walk in, I go find someone like, this is not the right spot to get your card. You need to go all the way that way.
Is that what they sounded like?
That's exactly what they sounded like to me. And I was like, ugh, fine. And so I walk all the way over there, and there's this long-ass line for new members. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? And so I sit in that line for like 45 minutes before they finally help me.
What hotel is this?
This was for the Caesars Rewards, so for like all the Caesars properties.
Okay.
So we went to Caesars Palace to like get the rewards card.
I love that hotel.
I hate casinos. Whatever.
No, I like when I walk through it and it looks like the sky, and like I just like the theming.
Yeah. Anyway, I get my card. We get out, and we went to go get lunch. I don't remember where it was. It was some chain restaurant that she knew about, and it was like a bar theme or whatever. Holy cow, it was expensive. It cost $75 for two people, and I just had an appetizer.
What was the place?
I don't remember.
Or like, what did it like serve and stuff? What was
just
the vibe?
like bar foods. Let me text Maddie. She can tell me.
Did she leave a voicemail?
No, she didn't. She said she would, but she didn't. What was the name of that restaurant we ate at?
$75. Did you get drinks or anything?
I got water. She got water.
How?
Yeah. The appetizers, we got two appetizers and she got a meal, and the appetizers were both like $20 each.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we ate there. I had booked a haircut, and I was stressing the entire day because I was like, timeline. And I'd booked a haircut at this place that I was told was like middle of the road, like priced.
Okay.
Turns out it wasn't. I paid like $60 for a haircut.
Oh my gosh.
And he gave me a high and tight instead of a medium fade like I asked.
Hey, it's the Marine Corps ball.
He said, what are you here for? And I was like, oh, I got the Marine Corps ball coming up. And he's like, oh yeah, my family, I have a bunch of family members in the Marine Corps. And I think he just heard Marine after I said mid fade. And he was like, he's getting high and tight. And I was like, oh, you kidding me? I mean, it looked fine though. It didn't look bad.
Yeah.
So we get done with the haircut, and we're driving to get to the hotel so we can change over really fast, go down to the ball. But before that, she needs her nail polish, and I needed drinks to like pregame for the ball. Mm-hmm. So we stop at a Walgreens on the way. Walgreens had their alcohol locked behind a freezer door, like a door, like you had to like ring someone to come get it for you.
Oh, Vegas.
So I got my White Claws after standing there waiting for someone to come help me after I rang the bell like 3 times. And then when we get up to the register, I run my card again, and it gets declined for fraudulent activity again.
Maybe they just are curious that you're in a different location.
Well, no. From what the lady at the Walgreens told me, apparently Walgreens is a like high-risk place for credit card companies because a lot of scammers or like people who like steal credit cards will come there to get money off of cards. And so Discover was just like, you're in a new place with sketchy at a Walgreens, and that's sketchy to us, so we're not going to approve your card.
Yeah.
So I just switched and paid it from my bank account. It wasn't that much, so I was like, whatever. And so we leave, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. We get to the hotel. Ball starts at like 6, I want to say, is when like you're supposed to start heading down there. We got there at like 5. So we get in the valet line, so I don't have to worry about parking. They park it for me. Turns out we get a bag man, which is really cool, a bellman.
Whoa.
He comes and takes our bags away for free, and he stores them until we get to our room, and then we get to our room and we call him, and they bring it up.
Yeah.
And I was stressing because I was like, how long is it going to take him to get the bags up to us? Is it going to get there on time for me to change over and get down there before it starts? Blah, 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 blah. And so we go in. They take our bags. We go in. We go to the self-check-in kiosk. And somehow I had booked the hotel under her name, and she had left her wallet in her bag, so we couldn't scan her ID at the kiosk.
Oh, my God.
And it wouldn't let me check in with my ID, so we had to go to the front desk lady.
Oh, my God.
And so we finally got checked in, whatever. We get up to it takes us forever to figure out how to get to our room. When we get to our room, Higman comes over. We call the bag person. We're like, bring up our bags. No, we need them.
Yeah.
And so they bring them up. It takes them like 10-ish minutes. I'm sitting here just slamming White Claws because I'm exhausted. I'm just stressed. I need something. And then I got to be able to pregame before because there's no way I'm spending $20 on a drink from the bar. And so we get all dressed up and we get ready to go down. And we go down. We go to the ball. The ball's a good time. Whatever. Maddie doesn't drink because she doesn't drink. The ball was a typical Marine Corps ball. Oh, this is a fun story from the ball. There was this guy behind me. So we're in the middle of the ceremony, standing up at attention, like watching the colors come by or something. And all of a sudden this guy like sprays like what I think is water, what I thought at the time was water. Like, when someone like has water in their mouth and they laugh and they spew it everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was happening at first. And I was like, why? First of all, why does this guy have water in his mouth in the middle of the ceremony? Because we've been standing for a while. There's no way for him to get a drink without breaking attention.
Up.
And so I was like, that's weird. Why is he spitting water everywhere? Whatever. And then right after it happens, I hear behind me, and just like throwing up all over the place behind me. And I'm like, oh, that was puke that just sprayed all over my chair and everywhere. And it hit the captain that was sitting right beside us. They got all over the back of his blues. Oh my word. I had to pee before that. Like I was like desperately like trying to hold in my pee. After he threw up, pee was the last of my concerns. I was just trying to find an edge of my seat to sit down on when they said sit down. And so like had to find like this little corner to sit on so I didn't get puke on my blues. And then as soon as the ceremony was over, I swapped it out with a clean chair nearby. But yeah, that was wild.
Not a Marine Corps birthday unless someone spews throw up.
I was like, how hard did you pregame? Why did you pregame that hard?
Marines.
Yeah, anyway. And then I just continued drinking. We had a good time. We did some dancing. Told my first sergeant that I was going to go talk to him. I still haven't gone to his office to talk to him yet. I hope he doesn't remember because he was also very drunk at that time. The ball things, Yeah, and so we get done with the ball. We're like, oh, let's all go karaokeing, right? Let's go to a karaoke bar. Maddie found a place, and she was going to be like our designated, get us an Uber, figure out how to get there and back.
She was going to be the mom.
So we went up to the rooms to change into, regular people clothes. We change, and then Maddie's like, I just kind of want to stay here and sleep, because she had to be up at like 5 a.m. for her flight again to leave.
And it was late at this point, right? Or like what time?
Yeah, it was like 11 p.m. at this point.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I would have stayed in too.
And so I was like, okay, do you want me to stay with you, or do you want to just stay here by yourself and I go out? And she's like, you can go out, it's fine. And then turns out she passed out like almost immediately after we left. Like she just knocked out.
Oh my gosh. I don't blame her.
And so we all meet up downstairs in front of so this was at the Paris Hotel. So the Paris Hotel has the Eiffel Tower out front. So we all meet by the Eiffel Tower. And we get there and they're like, where's Maddie? And I was like, oh, she decided she wanted to stay in and sleep because she has an early flight. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, how about instead of going karaokeing, then we just gamble a little bit. And so we go in, and the one thing I said I would never do in my life is gamble. But between being drunk, the shiny lights, and us being at a machine that was nearly a winner, like all the levels were like, it was at the top levels, ready to like win.
That's how
It
they
was
get
just
you.
like $20 more. I can do $20 more. All right, let's go grab 20 from the ATM. ATM had a $12 service fee, by the way. Anyway,
Ew.
thank God for Navy Fed, who reimburses you for your ATM fees. So yeah, and so we just $20 more. Oh, let's go grab a beer. $20 more. We didn't win. I doubled my money at one point. I put in a 5. Got it 112, and I should have just kept that and been like, "This is my winnings. I'm keeping this." But no, I put the 12 back in and lost it all, and lost all my money. Did not win anything. I think I came out with the thing that said 35 cents on it is how much I won.
The little voucher.
Yep. Which I left in the
my
hotel
God.
because it was just not worth it.
No, I've done that before too. I don't gamble. I one time went in. This is the only time I've gambled with my own money. Put in a 20 and like pushed a button, and it was like, and I was like, what happened? Where is it? What happened? I lost it immediately. I was like,
Yeah.
this is stupid. And then another time I doubled, but my dad gave me $20 when we went to the casino, because I was like, I'm not going to gamble. I'm just going to follow you around. He's like, here, take $20. And I was like, ugh. And then turned it into 40. And I was like, here you go. I'm done. And he was like, you can keep it. I'm like, no, it's not my money. Like, here you go. And then on a cruise, my uncle gave me money to gamble. And like, I think I was winning. I don't remember. But like, I just don't gamble. It's not worth it, as you can see.
So we finished gambling at like 12:30.
What casino did you gamble at?
The casino that was in the Paris.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we get done gambling. It's like 12:30. We have a few more drinks, and then we decide to part our ways and go to bed. And so Higman, I said her name. Anyway, Higman.
You've already said it before too.
Oh, that's fine. Higman's one of my coworkers, my work bestie, whatever. Anyway, so we're walking back to our hotel because it's like attached to the Paris, but it's not at the Paris. And then the other two people we were with were at the Paris. And so we're walking back, and I'm drunk. And we walk back. We get to the lobby of our hotel, and there's like a little bakery snack shop thing. And so she goes over there, and I'm like, drunkenly, I'm gonna go see if I can get late checkout. And so I walk up to the front desk, and I've never concentrated so hard to figure out how to formulate the words of what I was trying to say to communicate to someone. And I was like, I would like to get late checkout.
They're like, yeah, you're gonna need it.
No, and she was like, unfortunately, we're all booked out for tomorrow and sold out, so we can't give late checkout. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And so I turned around and walked back, and I was like, they can't give me late checkout. And he goes, okay, here's a bear claw. Hands me this pastry. And so we go back up to our rooms. I eat some of the bear claw. It's not a real bear claw. She didn't like hers either. It was like weird. Anyway, I ate a couple bites of it, drank some water, and lay down. Somehow, I turned on our podcast to get us like, my brain was like, I got to get us listens for the podcast. I got to get us views so it gets pushed on the algorithm.
Yeah.
And so I pass out. And I remember Maddie waking me up and going, hey, I got to go. I'm leaving. You come say bye. And so I get up and say bye. Go back to sleep.
Did she just Uber or something?
Yeah, she Ubered.
Okay.
Ubered.
Ubered.
What's the hottest Uber driver you ever had? I've never been to Uvu Javer. Anyway, so I go back to bed. And I wake up and I was like, why is the podcast playing? And I look at the clock and I'm like, oh, it's 9:58. I have to check out at 11. I need to hurry and get ready. And I'm like, oh, I am still drunk. How am I supposed to leave here?
Oh my
God. It turns out the clock said 7:58, not 9:58. I don't know where I got 9 from. And so I go back to sleep to like try to sober up before I have to leave.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then I just hear the door open and I'm like, who is at my door? Housekeeping decided to come by And I was like, I'm still in here. And they go, okay, we'll come back later.
I'm in here.
I'm like in my underwear and a t-shirt, just like, I'm in here.
No one sleep in there.
And so I sleep for a little bit longer. I finally get up at like 10. I feel fine. I'm like, I'm good now. I'm sobered up. That's good. I pack everything up real quick and just leave. And I chose to take the long way home instead of the short way home because I was like, okay, this will be fine. So I'm like driving on this long ass road in the middle of nowhere. And I knew the road. I've driven it before and I was like, there's a rest stop somewhere on here, but I don't know how far away it is. And so I'm driving and suddenly I get stomach cramps.
Poop cramps.
Awful stomach cramps. And so I was like, oh crap, I need to find a bathroom like now. And so I have this app. It's like a rest stops app. And it tells me where the nearest rest stop is and like what road it's on, how far away it is. And it said 10 miles until the rest area that I was thinking about. It's like, okay, I think I can make it like 10 minutes. I should be good. I did in fact make it. I parked my car, jumped out, sprinted to the bathroom, sat down, exploded. One of the worst shits I've ever taken in my life. Like, I'm not usually disgusted by my own poop. I'm like, oh, that's a lot. That's interesting. I was disgusted when I looked into that toilet.
What a bad time to take a bite of my food. What a bad timing.
And I was like, oh, I sat on that toilet for a good 30 minutes. Struggling, fighting for my life. And eventually I get up and leave, and I'm like, I feel like I'm going to get cramps again. But
You're
I'm
like
gonna
clenching
go anyway.
the toilet. You're like,
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad.
toes are gripping.
So much toilet paper. So much toilet paper. Because it was like diarrhea, like liquid. And it was just like every time I wiped, there was just still more.
More.
I cannot get it to stop.
Ew, I hate that.
And so I eventually just left and went home. And that was my ball weekend.
It's crazy. It couldn't just be a simple like weekend.
Show up to Vegas, go to the event, come back, and we had a good time, right?
I mean, did you though? Like in the end?
No, I felt super shitty the next day.
Shitty.
Like
Shitty.
emotionally shitty. Like I felt bad. And I don't know why I felt bad. Maybe it's because I spent money gambling and I told myself I never would. Maybe it's because I left Maddie up there and went down instead of, staying and hanging out with her. Maybe it's because she left early and I didn't really get to say a proper goodbye. I was, half asleep and still drunk when I said goodbye.
You're like, who are you? Get out of here.
I don't know. I just felt incredibly shitty the next day.
Yeah, but
looking back now, I'm like, yeah, that was a fun ball. I had fun.
now you've got stories,
Yeah.
Like,
It's lore.
what did I do that weekend? Oh, yeah, I went to New Jersey because I was going to drive up Friday. That's why we weren't able to record at first. Mm-hmm. But then I decided I'll drive up Saturday because my parents were on a cruise anyway. My dad lives in New Jersey. So that's who I was going to see. And Saturday, I got up in the morning, got ready, was ready to leave. I was going to take my dog to, like, the little boarding place. Wait. Did I not leave on Saturday? No, I wasn't going to leave Friday. I was going to leave Saturday. That's why we couldn't record. Mm-hmm. So.
And then you were like, I'm not leaving till later today, so if you can record today, that would work. And I was like, I'm driving right now. I'm on my way back. You
were driving. And I was going to leave, but my parents still weren't home from the cruise. Like, I was waiting till they got home for me to go, Because I was just like, I'm not going to just... They said to just show up to their house, like, whatever. But I was like, no, like, I want them to be there. So I was, like, waiting. And they were just getting back later because they were flying from Florida. Like, the cruise got in, and then they had to fly and then drive home. So they were just getting home later than I thought. And I was like, at this point, I'll just leave Sunday morning and just go, like, first thing in the morning. I had to drop him off, though. Sunday morning, all ready, right? I get all dressed up, pack my bags, ready to walk out the door at, like, 9 a.m. His boarding place on Sundays doesn't open till 2.
So we could have recorded last weekend.
I was so mad at myself, though. Like, we probably could have, but I left, like, at, like, 1:30.
Yeah, but we could have recorded Saturday night.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I was, like,
Just anticipating them to be home and having to leave, I think.
Yeah. And then, like, I just was in a funky mood. I don't know. But anyway, so I drove up Sunday after dropping him off. Got to see my family and stuff. So Monday was Veterans Day. So, which is the reason why I drove up there. Have sneeze?
Bless you. Bless you.
It went away.
May God bless your soul. Bless you.
Anyway, so Monday. The reason why I went up to New Jersey is because every year my dad walks in the New York City Veterans Day Parade, which I guess is like one of the oldest parades like in the U.S., like the oldest like running parade. So he works for Verizon, like the internet side of Verizon instead of the phone side. And he got that job after he got to the Air Force because they hire a lot of veterans. So he's got like a team of like techs that go out and like work on internet in people's homes or like internet lines. So he kind of just manages all those people. But Verizon has a float like in that parade. So they invite, you know, all the veterans at the company to go walk in it because he's not very far from New York City, being in New Jersey. But I've watched him on the parade like the last 2 years. I've turned it on the TV and like watched him.
Yeah.
But then this year, like I'm here and he invited me like, hey, do you want to walk in this with me? And I was like, cool. Like, yeah, that'd be really fun. Like,
Yeah.
just something for me and him. My stepmom, my sister, my stepbrother, they all came too, but they found a spot and watched the parade. And then we got to like walk in it. And I think this might be part of the reason I got sick because like just being in New York City and we were like handing out like bracelets and stuff. So like I was just interacting with like tons of people like watching, and we took the train there and back. So maybe just touching the train and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, yeah.
It's flu season too, so.
And my dad was like sick. He was like, it's allergies. He was sick. So I think I got whatever he got too, or New York, like all of that. But the parade was really cool. Everyone was like cheering and like, it was really cool. And then at one point I thought I heard my name, but I was like, no, I'm crazy. Cause it was like huge. Like this is crazy. Like you're walking in New York City. It was really cool. And then I get a text. Like I thought I heard my name, whatever. I'm walking for like 10 more seconds. I looked down and get a text from my captain at my old base, who I was like really close with. Like he's a really good guy. He's stationed in New Jersey. And it's a picture of me walking away. And I was like, and he's like, you're here? Like I haven't seen him since we both left Patrick, like in the summer.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, so his general was like speaking at the event or something, and he's PA, so he was like there with him. And he's like, I didn't know you were gonna be here. I should have asked, like, you know. And I was like, no, I didn't know either. Like we're texting this, but I was like, dang, that would have been so cool to be like, hey, like to see you. But I'm like, how did he pick me out? Like in this whole thing I'm going by, like how did he? It's just weird. Like how did he see me? And then my dad has like the big, like, you know, veteran's beard. Yeah. But he's met my dad because my dad came out for my ALS graduation, this like leadership school thing. So he's met my dad. And I told my dad, I was like, Dad, remember that captain? Like, he's here. He just took this photo of us. It's like, it was such like small world because it's just like we were both in Florida together. Then now randomly we see each other in New York City. Like that is bizarre. Like, yeah. So the parade was good. On the train back, me and my sister, my dad are sitting by each other, like facing, like me and my dad are sitting like this, and then my sister's facing us. And we're just being silly, like goofy or whatever. It's someone shushes us. Like, and I mean like, not like shh, like shh. Like, I was like, and I was like trying so hard not to laugh out loud.
I would have been like,
shh. I was like, my dad's like, and we're all like, this is so funny. I was like, did I shush? What? It was a guy like it was the weirdest thing. And we're like, what the heck? We look up, it says we're in the quiet car on the train. And we were like, but then my dad's friend was sitting over with my stepmom. My stepbrother's behind me, he's passed out. Yeah. My stepmom's sitting over with my dad's friend who he works with. She's an Air Force veteran. She was yapping loud, and she had her beer with like a plastic bag over it, whatever, or a brown bag. Yeah, yapping like loud. I mean, we're like, they don't know we're in the quiet car. I would have turned around and been like, shh. She's loud and like just very like, yeah. And then did I put it in my? I put it in my Instagram story. I think the wrench, that like little wrench, that tool that guy was holding.
Oh,
you see
yes.
it? Yeah, he was like a cross, and he's like sitting like this, and it's just like a little wrench that you would put like furniture together. And I was like, why the fuck do you have that? And like me and my dad were making this joke, like, you know, when you're on a plane or something, like you see it in movies, they're like, we need a doctor. Is anyone a doctor here? We're just like,
We need a
like,
mechanic. Is anyone a mechanic
does
here?
anybody have a small wrench? We need somebody with a tiny wrench. And he's like, I got one. And then he got off at one of the stops where like, he just out there like taking apart the train. Like, this is why we were not supposed to be in the quiet car, because we were just like laughing like so hard about that. But like, yeah, New York is just, yeah, there's some characters.
Yeah.
That guy that shushed us, I looked over, he was eating a sandwich. I was like, give me a bite of that for shushing me. I think he did it again, but I don't know if it was at us. I was like, is that like a tick maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Maybe he just really respected the quiet car rules.
I was like, also, it's not the law. It's just
It's a suggestion.
Yeah. And the light was like burnt out, so you could barely see that it said quiet car.
Yeah.
Until I looked back at the other one, like glowing, and it was like quiet car. And I was like,
oops.
Well, I'm like, do you know what day it is? Shush a veteran. My dad. So stupid. What else did I do? Yeah, just spent time with family. Took leave Tuesday so I could like get back. So we took the train back. I just didn't want to have to drive home that night and then go to work Tuesday. So I took Tuesday off. Went back to work Wednesday. Felt like shit Thursday. And then Friday is when I didn't. I feel so bad. Like I barely worked last week, but like it's got to be New York that got me fucking sick. But I've been to New York a few times, and what's crazy is we were walking, and I was like, I've been there. I was like, I've been to that. Like it's a little Christmas like village thing with shops, and I was like, I wonder how many there are. Like I've been to that one just like that, and then I see this weird building, and I'm like, that's the I've been to this spot. It's just like weird to like remember in New York City, and I'm like in the same spot because you could be anywhere. So I don't know. That's my weekend story.
Fun. All right, I vote that we take two more, maybe one to two more topics, and then we save the rest for next week.
I really want to talk about Christmas stuff, just because I was going to talk about it last week.
Okay.
I pushed it.
Let me just, because this is on the topic of like Christmas. Sorry, I just keep leaning back and leaning forward because my back is like in so much pain right now.
I'm sitting
for some
like
reason.
with my leg like hooked over this.
Yeah.
I'm just like so uncomfortable. I don't know why.
Yeah.
My dog's like,
So I have a topic on there labeled radio. Mm-hmm. And so what that means to me, what Christmas means to me. So I desperately, like, Christmas time is my favorite. And I love Christmas music, but I have all these playlists that I've made. None of them quite hit that spot of like, this is the good Christmas playlist. This is a good one.
they don't tickle your fancy.
The only thing that does do that for me is listening to a Christmas radio station. Particularly the ones from back home, because they play the same songs every year.
Yeah.
And those songs are the songs that I've heard over and over and over on these radio stations throughout the years as a kid. And so I always turn on the radio station to these, particularly right now, Magic 107.9, Northwest Arkansas's home for Christmas music.
Yeah. There's something
And then
nostalgic about it.
At night they play Delilah. They have
Delilah. I love
Yes.
Delilah.
Yes. Yes.
This one
Delilah.
goes out to you, lovebirds, or whatever, like she says.
There was one of the nights where she's like, this person called in and she's like, I'm just really heartbroken about this. And then she was like, yeah, I'm like 16 and he's like 20. And I was like,
Tea. And then she's like, I'll play a song for you. And it's like,
she played Carol of the Bells, I think.
it's like dead or alive, like something that doesn't go with it.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm ordering these.
That was my Christmas thing.
I'm ordering these. No, that's good. I see what you mean about the Christmas radio.
What is that?
Paper plates.
Oh.
So like I don't have like a lot of plates like for Thanksgiving, but I'm like
Why
I
are
think
you
it's
ordering
easier
them? Just go to the
if we-
store and buy 'em.
If we just do paper plates. But these are like big. See how they're
Yeah,
and
but they
they're,
sell
like,
big ones at the store too.
I don't want to go to the store.
Mm.
I want to go to the store. But they're like oval and they're like thick. So like I'm like, okay, maybe the photo is fake, but I'm like, if they could put a whole turkey on one, like it can hold our food.
Yeah.
And I have 50 now. But yeah, I got those. And then I was going to get plastic like silverware, but I actually ended up buying more silverware because like I don't know where all my silverware is going. I have like one spoon. Like where did all my spoons go? So
Yeah.
I ordered a new set on Amazon. And this is one of them. I like it because like it's like small. Like there's the small and the big ones. I like the small ones.
That's
But
the tism.
touch of the tism.
So real quick, while you're talking about Thanksgiving, in the comment section below, please let us know, would you like us to do a live stream of us prepping for Thanksgiving, like throughout the day as we're cooking?
Right,
And then we'll record the episode later and release it on the following Monday. But you tell us what you want to see. If you want to see that, I think that would be fun to do.
It's us commenting like
Yes, do it. Do the live stream.
you live and then I get on. And then other Christmas stuff. Oh, I put smartwatch save for next episode. At the time, I was looking for a smartwatch, like to do like sleep tracking, like all that stuff. But I don't know. I keep going back and forth. Like, am I going to use it? Because the one I want's expensive.
The Apple Watch Ultra?
No, it's a Garmin
Oh.
Venue or something. But I was like, maybe I'll wait till Black Friday. And like, if it's like in stores, like any of the stores we go to, like I'll try it on and even see if like I really want to wear it. I don't know, because I never liked an Apple Watch. Like I just don't wear stuff like on my wrists. But so I just wanted to remember to look for that when we go Black Friday shopping. Also,
Add it to the document.
oh yeah, I gotta add it.
Actually,
Also,
I've got it open already. I'll just add it.
I need to get. My mom wants one of those Pandora bracelets where you get the little charms.
Oh, I got my mom one of those years ago.
They're expensive, so I was like, maybe.
And yeah, but then it makes
Black
it for
Friday.
an easy Christmas every year following for a while because you just get her Pandora charms, which are like $25, $30.
Yeah, so I went to the Pandora store in the mall here, the Arundel Mills Mall.
I didn't even know they still made Pandora bracelets.
It was so expensive, and I was like, okay, Black Friday, I got to get that. Like, because I think we're going to go to the mall, right?
Yeah, it's on the
Is
list.
that on the list? Okay. So, I mean, we have to. But, yeah, hopefully they do a good enough sale that... so, yeah, I'm just waiting on that to get that on Black Friday. And then for Thanksgiving / Christmas, I know you said we're going to, like, watch Home Alone and eat pie and all of that. I also want to... I started decorating. This is what I wanted to tell you earlier, but I was like, I got to wait. I started decorating for Christmas already.
You want us to help you with your tree?
Yes.
All for it. I'm down.
So I
down.
already put the tree up. I kind of
Yes,
don't
but-
like where it is. I think I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna
I can help you
rearrange.
decide a spot. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I have it up. I could just slide it around. And then it's got pre-built lights, but I always like to do another like string of lights.
Yeah,
and I've got
you have
garland.
to.
I've got like a ton of ornaments too. So I was
Let's
like,
do
oh,
it.
it could be so fun. Like we could all decorate like the tree together.
Yeah.
And then I never do a star on top. I always do a Santa hat. It's just, I think the first year that I had like a, Christmas away from home, I was like, oh shoot, like I don't have a star. But I was like, oh, this Santa hat, like I'll just put this on there. And now it's
I
just
did that
something,
for a while too.
it's just something I do like every year now.
Yeah.
So, and I can't reach it. So,
Don't
someone
worry.
else has-
Joey can. Bless you. May God
Dry.
have mercy on your soul.
What else? Oh, I'm going all out for Thanksgiving. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta make goodie bags. Like I'm such a mom.
Goodie bags. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Remember, I have to fly back with all the Black Friday
No,
stuff
just like
too.
a little like goodie bag. Like it's gonna be stupid, but it's gonna have like the little floss things and like I don't know, just like
Oh
little
my goodness.
little things. Oh, are we making deviled eggs?
I don't like deviled eggs, so I'm not
I don't
making
either.
them.
Okay, good. Because I know that's like people are like, oh, I eat 12, and I'm like, I'm
like,
not.
I eat 0.
I'm not eating those. They hurt my stomach, and everyone's farts are gonna stink, and I just don't want to have that.
Yeah.
So I don't have a table.
Sounds like someone needs to go to IKEA this week.
I always just said his name. Other person that's coming was like, we'll just eat on the couch or whatever. You cut me off. I was like, almost did it. I bought a table on Amazon. So
Good. Hopefully it looks good.
It's small and it's got like 2 chairs on one side and like a bench on the other. And it's really small. Like I don't need anything crazy because I think it'd be nice to have one too. Just like if I want to, instead of sitting on the couch and like type in my computer and stuff, like sometimes it's nice to just sit at the table. And like when I have people over, they sit up at these like bar stool things, but they're so high and they're hard to get onto. Like nobody like sits up there. So I'm going to put those like away in a closet and put the table like over there.
Yeah. So we got to get you some decorations for your table. Then you're going to need like a table runner.
Yep.
A little bowl or something with some stuff in it.
Yeah. I'm already looking.
Some
table
candles.
Runner. Yeah. So I'm going to get a tablecloth, I think, maybe for Thanksgiving.
No, get a runner.
Just a runner. I actually have one, but I have it on my counter right now. And it's like a Christmas one. Like it's like tan, like almost like a
burlap,
and then the edges are like red and black, like checker kind of or whatever, like plaid, like on the edges. It's really cute, so I might just put that on the table. But it's perfect because the bench, like when nobody's here visiting, I could just have the 2 chairs at it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about any of this, but now at this point, I'm just telling you my plans. When you walk into my house, there's a closet, like right at the like a double door closet. My stepdad told me I should take the doors off of it because I have a place where I can store them. And he's like, put a bench in here, and then like put shoes, like because right when you walk in, it's almost like a little mud air room because it's pretty big. So I was like, ooh. So when there's not people, I can just put that bench in that closet and just have that, like put my shoes on. When I take my dog out now, it's starting to get like cold, so I keep a jacket by the door, throw on a jacket, throw on my boots before I take him. But I just like throw it like in the corner, like I don't hate.
Oh my goodness!
Like I need an area. So
oh my goodness!
I think that project needs to be done while you guys are here too.
Okay, well I'm down to help.
I think I have a drill. I do. I think I don't know where it is. I just don't know if I could take that door off. Do I need a drill for that? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But, yeah, so there's football on the day of Thanksgiving all day. And said person was like, well, we got to watch football all day. Like, we're all on the same fantasy team. And I'm like, Home Alone and Pie. It's already on the Google Doc. And he's like, but football. And so I'm like, fine. You and Joey can go lay in bed. Well, your room, did I tell you in here, has a projector?
How many rooms do you have?
Just 2.
Oh, you have just 2? So where's... Oh, never mind.
And it's in this room has its own full bathroom too. It's 2 bed, 2 bath, like so. But this has a projector, so you can
fall asleep.
Yeah, I think it's cool because I was gonna put it in my room, but I got a little TV in my room anyway.
Yeah,
and I was like, this wall in here too. It's just like big white wall, so I was like, that's perfect for a projector. So yeah, he hung that when he was here last because. So I do have a drill. Because that's how that got put up. Right now, your bed. Oh, you're falling. There's Christmas stuff on it.
Love that. Love that.
Presents. And the mattress is kind of like thin, but I have a pad on it. Mm-hmm. I just bought another pad, a 3-inch one, because I just feel like it's not comfy.
So I can sleep on anything.
Well, you're getting another pad. And then my mom, when she was here, she loves this comforter. She was like, I need to get one. So I forgot we're recording. At this point, I'm just talking to you.
Wait, should we bring Christmas gifts for each other?
Yeah. You know what I was thinking?
Budget. We need a limit. $20 limit.
Yeah. Should we do Secret Santa?
We can do Secret Santa.
But with 4 people.
But I feel like because one of the persons we don't know very well might not go very well. I'm trying to think. We could do like, what's that game where you like pick a present? White Elephant.
Yeah.
Or Dirty Santa, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. We could do like that.
And we could do that.
It's just 4 people. But,
I know it's just kind of lame with 4 people, but
it's a better way because like we all just get something random.
yeah,
Like, and then everyone gets like a little something.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll say like $20.
Put it in the Google Doc. Let the people know.
Yeah, I'll put it in the Google Doc. Is Joey in the Google Doc?
I think so.
I can't remember if we shared it with him.
We did share it with him. I just don't know if he's opened it.
We have to get up early every day, and we have to stay up late so we can get full use of the days.
Yeah, I think next week we should do a planning episode with Joey.
Ooh, I have to poop really bad.
And I have errands that I have to run like soon. So
I have to poop so bad. It's that coffee.
all right.
My stomach's
In
like.
conclusion. In conclusion, we're gonna shoot for a Thanksgiving planning episode next week with Joey. Dak has to poop, and yeah, we're the Yapaholics. Yap up, yap down, yap all around town.
No, that's not the ending.
I'm trying something. I don't know.
I yap, you yap, we all yap.
That's not the ending. All right, we'll see you next
Yappity
week
yap yap.
on another episode of the Yapaholics.
Bye.